All right. LDWMMAC, this is your boy Coach Sheldon Harrison. You're live on the Coach Sheldon Harrison Combat Sports Show live with my special co-host today, Wildest Moments. Wildest, how you doing?
Well, this woman is in the house. We're doing really good. We're doing great.
We're doing good. Wildest girl. Hey, first time I've ever done this, a post-fight analysis video with a person that's rolling with me. But Wildest is my girl. Listen, we're gonna talk about this fight, okay? All right.
A lot to talk about. Let's get it on.
We got a lot to talk about. Okay, I'll start us out, okay? We talked about in this fight, we said that Roxanne Modafferi would have to be very aggressive and not try to play chess with Antonina Shevchenko.
I think Roxy definitely did that. She did not give Antonina a chance to see what was coming next. Her movement was very awkward, which is what played to her advantage today.
Yeah, and I felt like Roxanne was, the movement, I felt like it was giving Antonina problems. And, maybe we'll talk about it round by round. The first round, I thought Antonina did a good job of counterpunching. But the movement of Roxanne, I was impressed that because I've never really seen her move. She's been working on something.
Yeah, she definitely had moments where she was even switching stance as she was punching, right? And I think that gave Valentina a little bit of an issue because at the start of the round, you saw that Antonina was piecing her up, right? She was countering. She was really finding that range, right, with that jab as well.
Yeah, I saw that the jab, Roxy was throwing out a little pawing jab. It wasn't meant to do any damage, but she was putting it out there, and she kept the jab in Antonina's face. I thought Roxy did a good job of working behind the jab, but then I saw Antonina started to make the adjustments, the stand-up adjustments. And then, Roxanne then, toward, I think, the halfway point of round one, she rushed in, grabbed Antonina, and got the takedown. I mean, so your thoughts on the takedown?
I think it was a smart takedown. She did it against the cage. They probably did some studying on Antonina because as we were talking about, I think right away she saw that Antonina's base wasn't where it should have been, right, to make it more difficult for her to take her down. So I think she did a great job. She had her in a clinch, and then she went for that single leg, and that was probably the easiest for her. I think with somebody that's as tall as Antonina as well, going for the single leg tends to be a little bit easier.
Okay, and I thought in the single leg, I thought Antonina, she didn't keep her bases wide, and I thought that the single leg was more easier for Roxanne to get the trips, because the base wasn't as wide, and that's something Antonina should pick up on. Let's round two, okay? I want to hear your thoughts on round two.
I think the round two started the same thing. I think she went back to her corner, and they told her, okay, we could definitely down one round, right? So again, I think she went back to what she knows. She did the Muay Thai. She did her boxing. Unfortunately, I think it was Roxy that caught that one leg kick from her and was able to take her down once again. And we finished up the round in the same motion. If you want to talk a little bit more about that.
Yeah. So, partway, the second round started out just like the first round started out. Antonina started out with the strong striking. Roxanne was moving, being very awkward. And it was really, really difficult at times for Antonina to try to size her up and to get her where she wanted her. And then Roxanne again came in for the takedown. And, Roxanne finished round one and round two in the top position. And when you do that, the judges will most of the time give you the round if you can finish on top. And I thought Roxanne was doing some very decent ground and pound. I thought Antonina had spots in the fight where she was avoiding a lot of the damage. She went for a triangle. So there's some things that I saw at Antonina, but I just felt like Roxanne just fought a much better game plan in round two. Okay.
I think Roxy, I really did like the way that Roxy wasn't trying to get ahead of herself, right? She was doing a really great job transitioning from one position to another. I think even just after tripping her, she was in half guard and she was slowly trying to make her way over to mount. So I like the fact that she didn't try to get ahead of herself. She was very, very smart on the ground. And she did a good job. I mean, she actually kind of opened up Antonina a little bit on her left eye. So
yeah, she put a mouse on the Antonina eye. Antonina put a mouse on the eye too. They both had a little mouse, but Roxanne was delivering damage. Now round three started, man. I was like, yo, okay. Antonina came in strong. She came in pressing the action, going for the finish, and she would lighten up Roxanne in round three. She was lighting up, and then Roxanne just was being very patient. She was eating some shots, and then she went for the takedown again, and it took her a little while to get this takedown, but she was successful. Your thoughts?
Absolutely right. I think that again, Antonina was saying, I cannot leave it in the hand of the judges. Like, I have to get this done, right? So she came out. I think for the first time, she was actually advancing and going forward and not fighting backwards as much, almost counter-punching. But I really liked the way she started the round. It was strong. She was getting some really good hits. And again, Roxy caught that leg kick and was able to take her down. Now, if we talk a little bit when they were on the ground, the transitions that were happening, the fact that Roxy was on top, and then Antonina was able to turn it on her, and then Roxy turned it over again. I mean, it was a display of a lot of good skills.
Man, amazing. I mean, it was a display of some good skills. I gave round 3 to Antonina. I gave the first 2 rounds to Roxy. Round 3, I did give it to Antonina. I thought Antonina landed more clean, effective strikes, and I thought that when Antonina reversed the takedown, I thought that was good. But Roxanne landed all of her takedowns. Every last takedown she had, she landed them, which it was good. I think though that Antonina is going to she's going to learn from this, and I think that she's going to do better. I was a little nervous on the judges' scorecards because I'm an Antonina fan big time, but in my heart I know that Antonina lost 2 rounds to 1, and it'd have left a taste in my mouth if the judges would have given this fight to Antonina. I don't think it was a split decision. I thought it was 2 rounds to 1 for Roxanne Modafferi. Your thoughts?
I definitely agree. I was actually getting a little bit nervous because she is kind of an enemy territory, I guess you could say. So it would have just been an unfair decision, to tell you the truth. I think there would have been a lot of backlash from that, especially with a lot of the hardcore fans that would have seen that she took the first 2 rounds that Roxy did. And I actually disagree a little bit with that being a split decision loss. I mean, I think that they gave Antonina definitely a lot of credit for the work that she was doing on the stand-up, right? So they were giving her credit for like half of the rounds almost. But I think that Roxy just played it. She just had a great game plan. She stuck to her strengths, and that's what it was. It was being on the ground. So, but we got to see Antonina, how she handled herself on the ground, how she handled herself, even getting back up on the 3rd round. She was able to get back up. She had like a minute and a half left, and Roxy just stuck to her like glue. She just stuck to her like glue.
Okay, there you have it, guys. Congratulations to Antonina Shevchenko, and congrats to Roxanne Modafferi for the win. This is your boy, Coach Sheldon Harrison, and we also have my girl.
Well, this moment, congratulations, Roxy. Well deserved. You earned that win tonight.
All right, guys, and we out. We're going to continue calling these fights.